Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting. You are joining the CowCast, where an abundance of hosts, namely Nate, Sean, Nick, Lewis, and Frankie, sometimes featuring other guests, talks mostly about video games and developments in the technological world for at least 1 hour. Warning: the show is recorded live and unscripted, so where they might try to follow the topics at hand, tangents and rants aren't just common, they are practically integrated features of the show. We hope you will enjoy your stay, and the show will begin shortly. Actually, it begins right now.
More, motherfucker!
Let's get the mics up, volume up. How is everyone doing? All right, so welcome to the CowCast. My name is Nate. I'm your host here. I'm joined with Nick, Lewis, Sean, and Frankie will be right back. I don't know where he went.
He's taking a poop.
He's taking a poop. Frankie's taking a poop. You always got to take a poop.
Hashtag Franking taking a poop.
Hashtag
Frankie poop.
Start that now.
Frankie poop.
In the chat. Let's
start
start
it
that
in the chat. Hashtag Frankie poop. So this is our weekly podcast discussion show where we talk about stuff, gaming, technology, movie, news related, all that different jazz. Games, movie, and life, as the title says. So we got some good topics this week. We talked about some guy who did some stuff on Twitter and facing some jail time. We talked about Star Wars action figures and whether they should be censored or not, because fuck censorship. We're talking about some Skywind and Sky Oblivion. And we're talking about FIFA 16 cover, which now features some women soccer players. And we're also going to be talking in possibly a new Brothers in Arms game is coming out, and we're going to branch that into what future games would we like to see from past franchises that haven't released a game recently. And then, of course, viewer favorite, we'll be coming in with our viewer topics where you guys get asked us some questions, and we'll answer for you or give us some topics, and we'll discuss them. So I guess everyone ready to move on to our first topic of the evening?
No.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes. That is now a yes. All right, so the first topic of our evening is man faces jail time. So this is talking about a Toronto male who supposedly is accused of harassing many different women in many different cases over the, past couple years on Twitter. And I guess it's a lot of anti-feminist comments, a lot of political related stuff, and social stuff like that. So I'm not sure who proposed this topic. I believe it was Frankie. So, Frankie, you want to give us a little bit of better rundown than what I just gave?
Well, the better rundown on that is it's less about the Twitter thing and it's more about freedom of speech, because this happened in Canada, where they don't have the same freedom of speech as you do in the US, where the government can actually step in and say, I don't think this actually is freedom of speech. This is something else. I mean, you don't even stop KKK rallies in the US. Freedom of speech is everywhere. In Canada, the government can go in and say, no, this is not fine. In this case, the Twitters that were actually sent was from, fuck you phone, a man who disagreed with these women. The women were saying some things, and he did not, harassment is subjective, but he didn't go, oh, you fucking cunts this. He didn't, say all the bad shit. He just went, I disagree with you, and here is why. However, this woman, she filed for complaints saying that, no, this man is harassing me. What he's saying, I feel, is harassment, and she can feel however she wants about this. But the big question is here, how can she do this? Can she do this? What is the real status here? What's the status quo on this shit?
The Indian government has any right to say this isn't right, like freedom of speech, because they don't have the freedom of speech that America has. So they can be like, yo, this isn't freedom of speech anymore.
They gave her a case.
Okay.
Which was weird enough. For disagreeing with someone.
I read some of the
doc dropping or anything.
Yeah, there was some. Supposedly there was like a bunch of like sexual come-ons or something like that. But some of the tweets that they suggested that I read, and it was like, oh my god, he called you an idiot, or he called you ugly, or he called you fat. I don't think at that point it gets to the point where I don't think that's abuse or criminal harassment. Sure, it's called trolling. That's what online stuff is.
The worst thing that I saw in it, I mean, sure, okay, no one wants to get bullied online for whatever. They want to just say their opinion. If they're wrong, someone disagrees with them politely, all that stuff's good and dandy. Doesn't really happen. But the worst thing that I saw was the guy was just posting, oh, look who's here at this place, and then calls her out and starts calling her stuff. I'm like, yeah, if he keeps saying, oh, she's at this place right now, and you get some fanatical anti-feminist guy on it, he might do something stupid, but a court case just for this?
Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Bullshit.
say
Pointless.
something here. Kids, leave the room.
Okay.
This is as crazy as the time my ex wanted to stick a toy somewhere.
God, Lewis.
Were you involved in this toy sticking?
It was black.
Say no further.
So you don't need any more information.
We totally understand.
We got
I
the
ran
picture.
out of there.
We got the
That's
picture.
just that's as crazy as that. That's as crazy as that.
It's crazy.
As crazy as that.
Yeah.
So
Hashtag blame it on my ex.
hashtag. Oh my God, we're starting hashtags all over the place.
We are.
We started one Frankie poops. If when you were gone,
I don't think anyone hopped on that.
I don't
let's,
think anyone.
Let's do that. Okay, anyone that just joined, hashtag Frankie poops. Tweet it out. Make it popular. Let's make it catchy.
All right, so Sean, what do you think?
I had to wake up the gimp.
I don't know. I think it's just such a bullshit case that any woman nowadays can just call anything harassment or garbage like that. Like, obviously, like, some of it's very true, but like, there wasn't, what I read wasn't a lot of like harassment. Like, it's just somebody doing Twitter fights. Twitter fights are retarded. Excuse my language. I should not have used that. They're stupid. Yeah, it like Twitter fights. Don't get into it, people. Like, they're not worth it. They're not worth your time. They're not worth anybody's effort or time or pain or suffering or anything. They're just stupid fights that people that aren't grown up enough don't realize that they're doing. I'm 18. I don't use Twitter. I don't fight on Twitter. I don't use social media to bash people. If you're gonna do that, go back to like preschool and learn some fucking manners, because I'm tired of that shit. It's kind of just stupid that she even got a court case. A court case.
There's
I don't get a court case for somebody calling me a bitch or anything. No, that doesn't happen.
This is a tangent warning right here. It should be crazy. People are offended by everything, and I can't believe that happened. It's as crazy as one father going down the aisle saying, "Princess Leia, I'm offended by that. She's in a bikini."
That's the next. That's the next thing. Don't talk about it. That's
okay.
the next topic.
He's
I'm
branded
sorry.
top.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
God.
I was so busy setting this
They're
whole
just
thing
melding
up.
together.
He's very passionate about Princess Leia in a bikini with chains. It continues.
Hey, she looked good. She looked good.
But this woman, what is her name? Guthrin. She knows how to hold a grudge, because she got these tweets, from what I can tell, in 2012.
Yeah, that's 3 years.
What?
It's like me going like, Sean, you know what? You're a little bitch. And
That's
then
like
3 years from
later.
yeah, it's like court summons. Cunt, you're coming in. It's like, oh, what the fuck? When
Hey,
did this
Frankie,
happen?
get the fuck over in the United States. You're in court. bitch.
yeah. Going over to my legal department now. You're my
About to
jurisdiction.
get a little personal, but funny at the same time. I got an aunt who was called a bitch 20 years ago by my buddy. Back in '97. She still holds a grudge. So it sounds like this woman is like, just like my aunt. I remember she came up to me, just called me, let it go. It was so long ago, lady, who was on Twitter. Just let it go. Just eat a brownie.
Eat a brown.
Let it go.
Eat a special brownie. You know, you sound like you need just to relax. Listen to Bob Marley or something. I don't know. You guys agree with me in the audience here?
Lewis,
I agree in the
Lewis's
statement.
Lewis's
It's
quote
over.
unquote
Not you.
special brownie does not represent the views of the CowCast.
Neither does his black toys.
Oh dear.
Poking him in certain
Right, no,
areas.
so it's like, okay, so if I walked up to someone and called them like an idiot, or they're fat, or they're ugly, it's like you tell them straight to their face, right? So what's the difference between? I mean, sure, you're hiding behind like the whole internetness of Twitter, but are you gonna walk up to some like? Are you gonna like drive to the police station and be like, "Yo, this guy called me a bitch, and I'm ugly and I'm fat"? It's like,
Well, you know what the best part there is?
what?
There's a difference between Twitter and real life for the victim. Something the victim is not able to do in the same sense in real life that they can do on Twitter. If they are getting harassed that way, they're able to block people. She apparently never did this. She just let it happen. It's like, oh, he's harassing me so much. Oh no, stop harassing me! Stop harassing me! Stop it! No, they can make him stop. If it's so bad, you can make it stop.
There's like a black button for a reason though. Yeah, like it's people.
Yeah.
People are dumb.
Yeah, just block them. I get called fat all the time, but I just tell them I put in work. I put in work for this. A lot of beer went into that. I'm proud of it. It's dedication. It's dedication right there.
Right.
I don't get offended easily.
Oh my God, Lewis. Lewis is crazy tonight, everyone.
Pretty sure this topic just branched off into Lewis' story. I'm mad. I'm entertained.
No, okay, so there was also a comment in there that was like she thought like physical harm to him. Like she thought that he would do physical harm to her, but like there was obviously they even said in the article there was no threatening at all. So like
there was no threats, and she felt that she was
she
physical
perceived
danger.
Yes, she perceived all these harassments as literal physical danger, and she feared for her life.
Oh my!
Because someone disagreed with her and then went ad hominem and called her fat.
Oh my! Frankie just said something, and I'm scared for my life. To court we go.
To court we go.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Why does this keep happening?
I guess it's just like as far as like the things go, because she's like, oh, it was elevating from just like harmful threats against like like her emotions and stuff, and she thought it was going to get physical. I mean, we don't exactly know how far this guy was going to go with it. I guess it's good that she had caution.
This woman, she had Twitter dreams, man. She would be like dreaming, and she had all these Twitter pop-up feel like, oh, you're so fat and ugly and stuff. She's like, oh no, I will come to your house with a knife. And she's like, no, I need to call Canadian court.
The accent. It just went real there. All right. I think we're way off topic. I think we're just repeating ourselves on this topic now.
Hey, Frankie had that warning. We go on our rants, so
we go on, we do go on our rants. All right. So I think it's time to move on to our second topic. Lewis already spoiled it. But
I'm sorry.
Why don't Lewis talk about it?
Yeah, Lewis, give us a recap.
So passionate.
So passionate.
So passionate. Okay. The ghetto-ness is about to come out. I got so annoyed, I wanted to grab that motherfucker by the ear and pull his ear and say, Star Wars has been here for, what, 30 years, and you're offended now? What the fuck?
Now is the time!
Yeah.
All right, so
give me some powder.
Lewis, recap what happened. I put the article in the chat, but recap what the article says.
All right, so this father didn't want to have his kids exposed to this Princess Leia in a bikini. Like, it's summertime. Everyone's in a bikini. Why isn't he offended by some woman down by the pool? Oh, she's got a bikini. I'm so offended. I'm gonna go sue the shit out of her. But no, this guy wants to ban it from all the toy stores because he is stupid ass. That's just hashtag he is dumbass. There we go. Let's do this. We're gonna go hashtag crazy. I had 3 cups of coffee, guys. So
chat is now Twitter feed.
Chat is now Twitter feed. So basically, the Princess Leia doll from the episode 6, where she's tied to Jabba. It's like the slave. It's titled Leia Slave Outfit, and it wasn't anything. I don't think it had anything to do with the quote unquote slave aspect of it.
Except the chains are on the neck bit, but
yeah.
Besides that,
it was all about the bikini and I guess and the chains. I guess
it was too revealing.
So my real question is, so I guess the doll was rated 4+, and the Star Wars movies have been out for what 45 years now almost. No, 35 years, like 35 something years, and it's like after this point they've sold so many of them. Are you really that mad? Everyone's seen it. Like, even if your kids are like offended by it, keep walking.
I feel like it's also like a good representation. It's a good tool to be like, hey, this is something that isn't necessarily good. Like, you see the movies and you're like, oh man, Jabba looks like an asshole because he's got some girl in a bikini on a chain. That doesn't seem exactly right. And that's kind of like, you put 2 and 2 together and you're like, okay, well, I shouldn't do that to women then, because that would be bad, you know?
I don't want to meet Jabba.
Yeah, fuck that.
I mean, it has to be like Eric Cartman sitting there like, "Ma'am, I want this toy because I want to be like Jabba. He has women in chains. Can we get some chains, Mom? Ma'am?"
Didn't they have an episode too of him looking like Jabba?
Probably at some point.
There's a lot of seasons.
I know Family Guy did that.
Yeah.
But at the same point, episode 6 is a PG-rated film.
Is it really PG?
Yeah,
it is a PG-rated film. If it's not rated anything over PG, then don't get offended by something that's in a store.
Awesome.
If you're going to let your kid watch...
Those ratings are bad. Gremlings is PG.
Yeah, no, you can't use 1970s and 80s ratings.
Okay, but still, like...
Anymore.
We're in a world where everyone just gets offended by everything. It wants to censor everything.
It just shows you that our generations are pussies and can't handle
seriously
PG ratings.
I don't know if it's our generation. It seems like a lot of the older generation to me.
Well, that's true. Okay, yeah. Good point.
People have always been sensitive about stuff.
What's the rating of the very new one coming out then?
Probably PG-13.
PG.
The only time I've been sensitive is when one of my little nephews came charging at me with their fist out and hit me in the nuts.
You were.
I was going to say, is this Black Toy Story already?
Pretty
all the time I was sensitive, and boy, did it hurt.
So I also bring up a point. So I bet you $5 that little girl has like Barbie dolls, right? There's a good chance that
those
girl...
aren't overly sexualized.
So what is the fucking difference between a Princess Leia costume that's based on a movie?
I'd say the slave collar.
I don't think Barbie got in a slave collar or any BDSM stuff.
The BDSM Barbie is in other shops.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's a good point, but still at that point it's like...
It's an old movie, too, you know? It's like they're not going to just change the look, be like Slave Leia and have her in like a businesswoman attire or something. It's like people have to like realize stuff. But
that is a good question. Like seeing that toy, if you remove the slave collar, would he have been as upset? Would it be like, oh, this is not good, but Barbie in a bikini? Yeah, my daughter's going to play with that.
You'd probably feel like, oh, my daughter is going to be scarred for life and she's going to wear nothing but bikinis and be sexualized by men.
And at the same point with the Barbie stuff is you can fully undress a Barbie. That's ridiculous. And then also just the standards that Barbies hold for little girls is outrageous. That's a different topic, but like it's kind of just bad. You're setting standards badly, and like this is based off a movie that was PG at the time. If they had a problem with it, it wouldn't have gone through development nowadays.
Yeah.
Like if it was outrageously bad, like a porn star action figure doll thing, like that's ridiculous. But it's not anything close to that. It's something based off a movie, you know?
Yeah.
The twerk butt is real.
Camera crew not included.
Oh my god.
Leaf action doll now available in stores. Toys R Us, $19.99.
Why isn't the father offended by the twerk butt?
Powers,
which is a real thing. It's $800.
$800.
I know this might be off on a tangent too because we're talking about twerk butts. You know, like the little like bobblehead things you have in the cars that go up and down as the car moves. Why don't they have a twerk one with Miley Cyrus or something? Think about that.
They couldn't make
no one takes that. Flatter. I'm making that, and I'm gonna be rich.
They couldn't make a flatter ass. That's the problem. They have to. Their engineers are very confused on how to go about that. I mean, that's just. There's
the flat plane.
The flat. Like,
how did we get on this topic?
It was just a little bit tangent.
We go off on tangents
now. So we're talking about dolls, so it's pretty close.
So I just found something on Target that is a Disney princess that all young kids watch. It's Jasmine, and she's wearing very close to the similar outfit.
She is.
Now, how do you guys feel about that? This is like a toy one, like a Lego thing, but at the same point, like I bet there's one on here that's like an actual doll.
Well,
I go back to the same point. It's the slave collar.
It's the slave collar?
Yeah, it's the slave collar. Like Jasmine, they look basically the same. like how much skin they're showing. And why okay with Jasmine? That's because she found her prince and everything was going good for her, and she has empowerment and she decides what she wants to do with her life. And Leia has no decision at all. She's a slave. She can do nothing. This is horrible for everyone. Nobody wants to be a slave. Nobody can do this. And why should we let our kids see this? This is preposterous. This is just a movie thing. It's a movie prop almost.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Just remembers something we remember so well, and just go with your kids and see that little movie. Like, hey, look at that! Everything turned out in the end.
Yeah, she strangled that motherfucker with that chain.
Yeah.
Power.
Empowered women, man. I think Leia is probably one of the definitions of that earlier, right? She did shit. She needed no man. Well, Jasmine needed.
She just wanted Han bad though. That's okay.
Well, Jasmine needed what's his face? Aladdin. I mean, that makes sense because it's called Aladdin. But needs Aladdin to save her. I mean, it's like, I think Princess Leia, in the same risky collar thing, risque collar and bikini thing, is better role model than Barbie or any other doll character you can get. So yeah,
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, slave collar should be removed probably, but you
And
can't
the
really change.
titles.
Whatever. It's in the movies. I'm
It's in
okay
the
with it.
movies.
Until one of us have a daughter and we get upset about it, I don't think we give a fuck.
I don't even care.
My buddy,
I'll buy it for mine.
actually has a young daughter, and they both collect Star Wars stuff, and she's not. Like,
Is he the guy that called this in? He's the most outraged man in the U.S. right now.
Who's that?
Was he the man who called this in? It says an outraged father, and we're hearing similarities here right now.
Oh, everyone's calling it. Every parent is calling stuff in. It's hard to keep track now. It's just.
should ask.
So.
Well, no, your friend is okay with it. Your friend said he was.
Yeah, my friend's okay with it. His daughter is 6 years old. That's what you're talking about, right? If he was the same person, no.
Yes.
No, he's not offended by Princess Leia. He's got the Princess Leia in its box,
Yeah.
and he's got Star Wars toys that they play with, and Star Wars toys they collect. In the box, pristine.
So I mean, it's part of a history.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
It's the same thing as saying like, let's remove the. We had this discussion last week with the Confederate flag thing, or like.
On one of our previous CowCast episodes.
On Civil War stuff, you can't remove history, so it's there. It happened. It's in a movie. The movie's rated PG. The movie's now 32 years old, and everyone should get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
Does that wrap up that topic?
Everybody get the fuck over it.
Everyone get the fuck over it. Okay, on to our third topic for this evening. We are flying through these tonight.
Yeah. But we have some good ones.
We do have some good ones coming. The next three are, I think, are longer ones. So I think a lot of people, if you're a Skyrim fan, are aware that they are making a couple different mod things, redoing the older Elder Scroll games on the Skyrim engine. So when Skyrim, oh my god, I can't talk tonight. Skyrim engine. So they have Skywind, which is a remake of Morrowind, the Elder Scrolls 3, and then Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4, and so they're called Skywind and Skyblivion. And there's an article showing some gameplay from Skyblivion, and actually we are lucky to have a voice actor who did a little bit of work on Skyrim, Skywind, and that's my boy Frankie. Frankie, give us.
Even I'm confused right now. What was the one again?
Just give me some
I couldn't follow you there.
You have backside insight onto Skywind.
Backside insight.
I don't know.
Well, first of all, the tour the world of Skyblivion in new 45-minute gameplay trailer. I mean, 45-minute trailer. I want that for my future games. I want like the next trailer for Fallout 5. It's gonna be a 24-hour non-stop Let's Play. Like, god damn, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Holy snap.
They barely showed anything in that too. They only showed a little bit of it for how long it was. Yeah.
So yes, I am doing voices in Skywind. It's confusing to me as well. I haven't been assigned for Sky Oblivion, but I have been working with the guys there previously, and they are highly dedicated to the project. And more than anything, it's just a big conversation about mods and mods overall. Since when Steam started going with Bethesda, and they started doing their little thing that we're gonna now charge for mods. One of the teams that were like in the front line of this was the Elder Scrolls Renewal team. Like they put up a big podcast and just talked about it all, and they all like it was 1.5 hours basically. And to conclude it was that if they now charge for it, then things like Skywind and Sky Oblivion will never happen because they've had hundreds and hundreds of people just working on small parts for free. Like they can't charge for it even if they wanted to. It would be a financial nightmare. So what if you get another team and try to make a big mod? It just won't happen to the same size. It will just be the little fishing mod and stuff. We need more modders like these. Like they're dedicating so goddamn much time just because it's a passion project. Once it's done, it will actually benefit them because now they have something in their portfolio. But modding overall was damaged by the Steam thing, I think, like the reputation of mods. You could see all the console peasants just going with pitchforks like, yeah, I told you, it's bad.
Yeah.
Sky Oblivion, I think it's cool. I haven't seen enough of it because I think there's a smaller team working for Sky Oblivion. I'm not sure about that.
They're more focused on Skywind now than they are Sky Oblivion.
Yeah, Skywind is not just like a it's not just taking like the texture from Skyrim and putting it in the game. They're actually making stuff from the bottom up because Morrowind is such an old game now, and they're trying to recreate all these places, like give it the grand, epic, massive scale that they wanted to. So they're just like redesigning the game basically from bottom up. And it was like, yeah, we realized this is gonna take some time. And then, you know, years later, like, holy shit, it's so much work.
Yeah. So here's actually, I got one question then. So, if you were to compare like the Oblivion map to, I obviously didn't explore it as much as Skyrim. I never actually finished Skyrim either. But if you were to look at Oblivion, what size map are we looking at, like compared to like a game I might have played today?
Well, there are charts of this all over the internet. All you have to really Google is like game map size, and I think Oblivion is always there, and then it's always Skyrim and stuff like that. It's still a large world, and when that game came out, like people were amazed. Like Oblivion, when that came out, it was like, oh my god, look at all these nice graphics and textures and everything. Now you look at it, it's like, holy shit, this looks like Minecraft. What is this? Like they look so bad. Now that's what I'm saying again and again. Like 3D games age so fucking terribly, so poorly. So that's why they felt they needed to redo the game, but with proper textures and other tweaks.
I mean, like even just like the textures look honestly amazing. It looks literally like you're playing Skyrim with better graphics mods straight into Oblivion or in Morrowind. Like it's absolutely amazing how it looks. The only thing they really need to do, which is what they've been doing a lot, is working on like the AI and stuff, like working on like nav meshes and all that, making all the characters look like they should and have a voice. Like every single person's gonna have a voice. And I don't know if Frankie knows anything about like the voice acting for Sky Oblivion, but I think that they're trying to get like 10 times more for cast or something.
That is not that hard to make. Like Skywind has already broken that way. Well, like it's out in the fucking dirt at this point. Oblivion had a very low amount of voice actors. They had like 6. No, it was like 16.
Yeah.
It was like 8 people did everything, and then they had another 8 people do like one dude or something. You know, like famous actors, like. The bald dude, what's his name? The bald dude from Star Trek. Why can't I remember his name?
Captain
the commander.
Picard.
Yes, what's that?
I can't even remember.
I can't.
Wow, why is this so hard?
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, thank you. They had Patrick Stewart do the king, so he was like the trailer, and so that's one of 16 voices already.
And Sean Bean.
And yes, they had Sean Bean, and he didn't have that many lines to begin with. And then they had Skyrim. And Skyrim had 160-something voice actors, I believe. Skywind already has so many goddamn people. Like, it's absolutely insane. because they don't need to pay people. It's passion projects, so they're just very picky about who they actually get, and they have lines that was recorded years ago that they will end up using in the game. Like it's such a huge task when you do it the way they have, because there are literally no restrictions.
All right, so I got another question. So you're saying this is obviously taking a long time already, and it's going to take a long time still from this point, right? So I don't mean to be like a dick when I'm saying this, but is it worth it?
Yeah.
For whom?
For the people making it. So at the point where, okay, so you started 3 years ago, so you started what, like 2 years, a year or two after, probably a year or two after Skyrim came out. Are you going to get to the point where 4 years from now or 3 years from now when they finish it or something, the engine is just going to be pointless at that point? Are we going to be so far ahead that having it built in that engine is at that point no better than having it built in Oblivion?
I don't think it's more based on the text.
I understand what you mean. However, like when most games are designed, when you actually get them in your hands, it's already been out for it's been in development for, let's say, 3 years or something. So it's already quote unquote 3 years old. This is happening now. What you're saying, this has happened twice. It's like they're using something that was already quote unquote now getting old, and they're using it again. But they're redoing stuff. They're making completely new content. Like I'm already getting to a point. There's like I should get one of my friends that actually works in this project and like do his sales pitch on it. But they do entirely new zones from scratch. They make new trees, they make new caves, they make new quests, they make new characters. They have to write up these characters' personalities. They have to write what they say. They have to write what will happen. They have to write how everything just goes along and in circles. It's such a huge project, and will it be worth it for the people that are doing it? They're loving it. Like, this is a passion project. They're not doing it for the cash. They're not doing it for the fame, really, even. They're just loving what they're doing. They're getting so much knowledge, so much information. It's such a community project. And the players, there are a huge amount of players that are actually interested in this. Like, when they get up their trailers, like the development logs or something, they get like 100,000 views on their videos. There's obviously a lot of people who are interested in even the development. And some people obviously like, this sounds nice, I'll look into it when it's done. Because people want to play Morrowind. They want to play like the definitive quote-unquote version of Morrowind, and that's what they're trying to give.
It's true. I mean, if anything, I would love to play Morrowind. I played Morrowind for like an hour. That was like when I already had Elder Scrolls 4, and I was just like, holy shit, I can't play this. This looks ancient and outdated. And when they finish it, this is going to be like a whole new game for me. I've never really played it.
I'll give it a go. It sounds like this is going to be good.
Will you need Skyrim to play it, or is it going to be standalone?
Yeah, you're going to need it.
You're going to need Skyrim to play it?
I assume. I don't think Bethesda's going to be like, yeah, you could...
I do actually believe... to play, in its current state, to play Skywind, you need Morrowind and Skyrim. You need those two games installed, I believe, even.
Okay.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay.
Which, in the end, is like... not even $10 on sale.
Not even, yeah.
It's so cheap.
It's so cheap. So it doesn't, and then years from now it's going to be cheaper. So,
yeah.
So I guess, okay. So I didn't know that there was like new stuff being added.
Mm-hmm.
I always, whenever you mentioned like that's why it takes so much longer. Because I always thought whenever you mentioned Skywind, it would be like inch for inch, like what Sky or Morrowind was. So I guess if you're making new stuff, obviously it takes longer. And
redesigned entire zones.
Right.
Like I haven't played Morrowind myself, but they're like redesigning. Let's say like the Lord of the Rings, the wall thing. Like they will remake Gondor and shit. It's like this version of Gondor. I'm using terms because I don't know what the fuck happened in that game. But like this Gondor, it's not good enough. We need Gondor to be 5 times the size. Stuff like that. And these walls, they're not good enough. We're not just going to rescale them up. We're going to make new walls that are more appropriate with what we're going to put in the city. So they're just making a game.
Yeah, that's
nice.
pretty cool.
It's
Will like the main storyline be the same, or they just?
I do believe so. The main storyline will stay the same. It will start the same way. I think it will end the same way. I don't know, but that
like
should.
Side stuff and cities will look different and so forth.
Yes, and they will add a lot of stuff.
It's gonna be good. I can't wait. First time I saw it,
with all the DLCs, because there was no DLC, so now they're just adding it.
Actually, I think Morrowind actually had a crap ton of DLCs. I think about it.
It did?
I think they might have. Unless Blood Moon was a whole different game and stuff like that. Tribunal, I don't know.
It might have been an expansion pack.
Might have.
Because Oblivion did that as well. They just put out an expansion pack and Horse Armor DLC.
Horse Armor. But no regrets.
Sailor Moon mod confirmed. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even know about these games. That's why I've been quiet. It all sounds interesting, though. I'm gonna buy the game. It's cheap.
All you need to you just need to talk to one of these people that works on Skywind and what is Skywind gonna be? And you will hear a sales pitch. I did this mistake once. I heard a sales pitch that lasted about 9 hours, and it's like, why? How could I have lived without Morrowind in my life? Basically, it's so goddamn epic.
So I guess one question I also got is, so now I guess it's different, but it's the whole. Will it be should they? I almost want to say wait, but obviously they couldn't develop it until the next engine comes out. But would it be better to to make it so that you can port it over to the next version of the engine that whatever Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come out on?
Well, Elder Scrolls 6 might not come out until 2020.
Yeah.
They have some time.
Well, what was the difference between Oblivion and Skyrim? 7 years?
8 years or some bullshit like that.
Okay, so we might be waiting until 2020.
Well, a fair estimate would be to say 5. So 2020 is a very good year to actually expect the next Elder Scrolls game.
Actually, I think it was 5 years. 2006. That's when it came out.
Yeah, 2006 to 2011. So we get one in 2016, which we obviously know is not happening.
Because when you think about Fallout as well.
Yeah, Fallout. So you count Fallout as one.
They put all their.
Well, if you count Fallout as one, then it's every 3 years.
Well, one of the Fallouts, the New Vegas, was developed by an entirely different studio.
Right. But
that was Obsidian,
but still,
I believe.
what, Fallout 3 came out in what?
Imagine Todd Howard. Todd Howard focuses on one game at a time, pretty much. And it's it's him we're waiting for. So by that standard, I think 2020 will be the year we see. Due to Fallout 4 and him being involved with it, I think 2020 will be the year for the next Elder Scrolls game. I think it's just too long, and there's no point in waiting over it. There's no... Skywind can only happen right now, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That pretty much yeah. I mean, that makes sense. So,
and Fallout actually came out 2008. So 2 years after.
2006, 2008, 2011, 2016. Oh, there's a pretty big gap there.
They like to take their time on games.
Yeah, I guess.
Sadly, but good. Yeah.
No, honestly, I would rather get a Battlefield game every 3 years instead of every 1.
Yeah.
Or it's starting to become 1. Or I'd rather get I don't know. Halo does it decently well with the amount of time in between, but I guess I don't know. Yeah, those are my 2 games that I would have bought a ton in the series of, I guess.
Shigeru Miyamoto was quoted saying, "A rushed game will always be bad, but a delayed game will eventually be good." Right. This was at a time when people didn't update their games, when they could just release anything and we'll fix it later.
Okay, I think that is our signal to tell you that Lewis, we got a special treat for you this week. We mentioned it last week, but Lewis is going to be DJing live for everyone right now. So make sure to get all your friends in the chat. Make sure to tell them about the CowCast that Lewis is going to be DJing for us for the next 5 or 6 minutes. We're going to give, or maybe if he's enjoying it or people are enjoying it, we'll go a little bit longer. So this is the whole podcast. So this is our little intermission part. So I hope you guys enjoy Lewis. I'm going to get him set up in the video right here, and he'll be live in 30 seconds. Just give me a little time to adjust the camera, and the DJ hype is real. So yeah, we'll get you Lewis in a second. All right, so as Lewis deassembles his little DJ stuff, I hope you guys all enjoyed that little shindig we had going there. It looks like DJ Lewis is still going. He's still going. He's still going.
There's no stopping him. He's a man on fire. He's a man on fire.
There's no stopping him. My boy DJ Crossfade Lewis down there. Check him out on YouTube and Twitter at MediaHeads TV. What a boss. Doing all the crazy live DJing right there.
Playing in bars near you. Fucking A.
Playing in bars near you. Oh God, he's still going. I still hear it.
He doesn't even care.
He doesn't even care. I don't know how to stop him. I don't think he can hear us.
The show has been hijacked. All America, we got terrorists. Let's get to our show.
There we go.
Music terrorism.
I think he sees it. There we go. There we go. Good job, Lewis. All right. Well,
man needs a drink. Sweating that Kelly.
That was great. I added the little webcams of you guys dancing. I missed the beginning part of you guys dancing. All of a sudden, sunglasses came on. I wasn't set up for that, but sunglasses came on. I had to show it, and then I realized, like 95% way through, that my camera wasn't on there, and I was dancing. All right.
The show is recorded live and unscripted.
All right, so I think we move on to topic 5. Or topic 4, our fourth topic of the evening. We'll let DJ Crossfade down there, my boy Lewis, dissemble, and he'll join us in a minute. But our fourth topic of the evening, after that wonderful DJ session, was the FIFA 16 covers. So right now, up to this year, so I guess I'm not sure if it's 15 like versions before that or just a year, but I think there's probably a ton of versions of FIFA before this. So this is a ton of versions later, and it's finally the first year that they're offering women FIFA players. So you can be able to play as women FIFA players and like make the team and everything. So Nick posted in the chat the little image that is for I believe the Australian or the like general public release. I know there's a different image. There is one for like Canadian release. So there's a Canadian player on it, but there's also a women player and the male player that's usually on it. So what do you guys think about this whole women thing? Obviously, I think it's a good thing, and that they obviously should have had this option a long time ago. So what do you guys think?
I think that Ubisoft should fix their DJ software, because in the middle of it, like I was like got nervous because some tracks just started at the end. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I got no way of going to the forward. I jumped to the desktop. It's always Ubisoft's fault.
Leave it to Lewis. Leave it to Lewis to take a perfect cue from me about FIFA and bring not made by Ubisoft at all, and just bring it back to Ubisoft.
Serato, fix your shit.
They have the power to make Ubisoft.
Okay, Lewis. Yeah. So what do you think about women being in the FIFA game? Do you think it's like way too late?
I think that's awesome.
Or yeah, obviously, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hopefully, no one complains about that. I haven't played a soccer game in a long time, but I'll start playing this one. Not because there's women in it, just because I haven't played a good sports game in a while. Kind of feel like something different.
All right.
I was playing shooters or Minecraft stuff.
You could go outside and just throw around a football, but you might not.
I don't know. It's cooler outside now. People that are watching this, I got 3 sons. aka studio lights. They're about 400 watts each. Pointed at my face.
Oh, I thought this was the big confession. You were like gonna tell us you had 3 kids and stuff.
No.
You had 3 sons. I was like, what?
We'll talk about that later. That's next week's topic.
Hey,
there's one that we're unsure of.
Oh God. Okay, moving on. Frankie, FIFA, go.
I haven't really played a FIFA game since 2003, I believe. No, 2002. I had a 03 version. I actually found a 2006 game that somebody just threw away. I mean, they are just releasing them year by year by year by year, and they're selling like hotcakes. Now, this year, for 2015, they're actually releasing with women as well, like women's football. It's like, that kind of makes you realize, holy shit, this has not been a business practice standard, now has it?
Mm-hmm. They have their own interesting business practice standards at FIFA, now don't they?
What the hell is football? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Well, FIFA, like, they released the exact same game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, yeah, but they released the same game every year, but the exact same game from previous year on the Wii. It was like whatever year it was. They just released, let's say, 2011, but it was 2013 then, with new characters that looked the same as in the previous game because we didn't even fix that. We just fixed the names.
Hashtag go Wii.
I was like, good job. Yeah, they're just in it for the money. But I have a lot of friends, they just love FIFA. And a lot of them, they're not really that excited about like the female thing coming in. They're like, I won't play them. Like, I don't care if that makes me a bad person or anything. It's just, I don't buy for that. I want the people I want to watch on TV.
No, I gotta ask: are these big-time players out there? I don't really follow.
Yeah.
It's like they're the world teams.
It's
so like the U.S. has their own team, and Germany and all that. And I get what Frankie's saying, but at the same point, like there are the people that are just like male soccer players, fanatics, and then you also got your female women fanatics. But it's also Nate said this earlier. It's finally good that it's in there. Like, FIFA women have been playing probably not as much as the males in the past years, like overall, but like they're still a sport and they're still present today. Like, it's kind of a big deal that it wasn't in there in the past.
They don't get as much media coverage. They've been playing long, but they don't get
because
it's
a different game if you actually watch it.
Yeah.
It just seems they're just doing it for the money. Like, it doesn't seem like they have good interests in mind or anything. It's like, oh, by the way, this is also important. It's more like, well, the weather in the middle is shifting. I think there's a demographic here now. It just feels like they're pushing that. And it kind of doesn't sit well with me.
It should just be updates.
At least it's not like there used to be what's that WCW? Like, they try to bring out their own football, and there was a bunch of women in bikinis. I think I have the wrong wrestling federation, but they showed it on they had it on TV, and that was just straight up a money grab. They were hot, but
straight up money grab, definitely.
There's no protection. They're all getting tackled. I'm like concerned about them breaking a leg more than, hey, that woman has a bikini. I'd rather have them, not break something or deflate something for some.
Well, these also aren't like wrestling, WCW or whatever. Football. These are like professional people that are taught like the top of the world.
I'm talking about there was American football. There was an American Vince McMahon tried to branch out for a little while, and of course he didn't do that well.
Yeah,
it didn't stay up on air that long.
It was females NFL, and they're smaller fields, and they just beat the shit out of each other, trash talk,
bikinis
on people's faces. Yeah. It was a money grab. There's beer involved. There was no insurance. You weren't getting paid. Nothing. But like, I don't know. It's good that they're actually bringing in FIFA football in the sense of European saying football into it.
Nick,
which, by the way, I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, we're gonna let Nick talk.
What do I think?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go women in soccer. I mean, it's just the implementation. It's just. It's surprising that it hasn't been put in already. It's 2015, It's,
exactly.
There's not much.
So, like, I think I'm going with Frankie that it's a big thing. I think it's a good thing that they added. Should it have been added long ago? Yes. Should the people play up to it? Should they play it up as much as they should? No. Money grab. Do you really think? And also, is it like for people who are diehard fans of the series, is it really that big of a thing? Because this might sound bad, but like, there has to be because sole media covers, there has to be more male soccer or football player or fans out there than there are female ones. Right? There has to be, just because of sole media coverage.
Probably, yeah.
Statistically, yeah.
Based on statistics.
Just because they show.
Then, once again, you cut that down again, and there's a lot of those female soccer fans are a good chunk of them are female. So if you cut it, there you go. Like, how
wait. Are you trying to tell me that a good chunk of the female soccer fans are female?
Yes.
Ooh.
Fucking shit.
Well, at least 50%, I'm assuming. So I mean, so there, and then you go into there. So then you're even cutting it down more. So it's like, is this really? I mean, I don't think it's something that they should play like up in like a huge bit in the advertisement. Sure, it should definitely be on the cover, but should they focus their entire advertising campaign around? Oh my God, we added women instead of I made a better game.
I think they have to, because they never improve it. It's just the new thing, women. We haven't done one of these in like 8 years.
All they do to the game
the ball or something.
all they do is it's basically an update to the new game. It's like, oh, here's an expansion pack on the last game you had. Oh, here's a couple people that switched. Here's some new people that were added to the game. And yeah.
It's like whenever I see them like do any videos, specifically E3, they're like, "Oh my God, look at this epic kick you could do into the goal." I'm like, that looks pretty similar to last year. Graphics look a little better.
Yeah, seriously, like, what is the point with all these games coming out with a yearly release when they can just perhaps just update the thing and pay a small fee? Pay a small fee to get the damn thing updated. I'd say
it's all the money. People buy it. I don't know why.
They just want to update the roster. That's all they want.
That's their livelihood.
The fans says
FIFA 8 is the same fucking game. You can get that for like nickels, pennies, aka American money. Sorry, Frankie.
Yeah. The big pesos.
No, you could literally get it for like nothing. So it's like it's the same game. Go play it. Why get a new Madden game, or why get a new like NBA 2K game, or there's a fly. Why get I don't know, any other sports game? Yeah, and NHL or MLB or whatever other sports games you can think of.
I think there's over 12 FIFA games on the 360 alone. 12
on the 360 alone.
Yeah, sounds about right.
12.
Yeah. So there's definitely more before that.
Of course.
So people in the audience, what we want you to do is go get yourself the first Nintendo, get Blitz, and you're set. Because it's all essentially the same.
Get a PlayStation 1,
except for the graphics.
Get a GameCube, I'm not sure if it's on GameCube, but get an Xbox and play FIFA like 01.
Yeah.
Get a 360 and get all the games for the price of the newest one.
Right.
You'll have 12 games.
12 different ones. You could live your history, man. And women.
Well, you mean 12 of the same one, just different years.
Well, they're just 12 games.
It's got a different number and face on the cover.
Yep.
Ooh.
They can't be all that different, to be honest.
Yeah. They're not. Okay, so I think we've killed that topic a little bit. So on to topic, our last major topic before viewer topics of this week. So I'm going to post the little article that we found here on the chat. And so we're talking about Brothers in Arms. So Gearbox and the CEO and the head developer there was talking about they're making a new Brothers in Arms game. So I'm a big fan of the Brothers in Arms series. So it's, for people that don't know, it's a World War II like strategic shooter kind of game. It's third person, or at least the past have been.
The last one was first person too.
It could have been both, right?
Yeah.
It was both. Isn't it like first person and then it's like third person cover?
Third person cover, yeah.
It's like third person cover stuff. So that's what it is, and pretty much like crazy stuff like that. So it's a World War II game. It follows like a squad in Brothers in Arms. It's kind of like as it says in the name. So I don't know if any of you guys have played this series in the past and what you guys think of a new one. I know Nick definitely has.
I was the only other person that played it with you.
All right, so we'll get on to the second part of this topic after Nick gives us a little bit of his opinion on a new Brothers in Arms.
Okay. Well, from what I understand, there was going to be another Brothers in Arms, and they put it on E3 a couple years back, and there was hype about it. I don't know if it's misplaced hype. It literally looked like Team Fortress 2 ported with Brothers in Arms, so a lot of people were like, rip Brothers in Arms. So that's pretty much it. But the game itself, Brothers in Arms, even the older ones, those are always good because they're always like tactical. They kind of had like a Rainbow Six kind of feel to them. Because it's like you need to get from point A to point B, but you have to use your tactics to do this to get to point A to point B, which a lot of other games didn't really do, especially like on console too.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked damn good too for what it was back then. It was pretty damn nice. I recommend it.
All right, so yeah, it's a really fun game. I think you should check it out if you haven't. AK the bottom peoples down there. Check them out. Hell's Highway's pretty good.
It was alright.
Don't kick your Xbox.
Don't do it.
There's a story behind that. Okay, so I guess the better question here is, so Nick and me really like Brothers in Arms, and it's been quite a bit. It's been like probably 2009 since the last one, right? Somewhere around there. 2008, 2009. So it's been 7 years, and we're obviously waiting for it to be like renewed. We always want a new, and there's not many World War II games, so we want a new World War II game. So I wouldn't mind seeing like a Brothers in Arms. So I want to know what other game series you guys want to see that have been like kind of extinct for a while. Luis, you want to start? Or someone who, actually anyone who has a game already in their mind want to start? So, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. But I think you and me, was it you and me? We played like Battlefield 1943 once. Did we? Or it might have been someone else.
It wasn't me. I haven't played that in years. But that, yeah, good shit though.
They need to redo that because it's awesome. I know you don't get that many attachments, but I think it's gotten to a point where it's kind of ridiculous.
Heartbeat sensors are a bit much. I'll admit.
Yeah, I know they threw in a bipod on the knife in Battlefield for laughs, but if you gotten to that point, it's time to back up a little bit. You know,
yeah.
You just run out of ideas of what to add on. There's only so many weapons in the world.
So you want a continuation of Battlefield in World War II?
Yeah, we need to go back.
Battlefield 1943 was obviously in World War II. It had like 3 or 4 maps. It was kind of like an arcade game. It was like $15. It had planes. It was cool. It had tanks. It was actually a pretty decent game for $15.
It really was.
So it came in, I think it was between Bad Company 1 and Bad Company 2, or after Bad Company 2.
I don't know.
Like it's somewhere in between there because
it's old now.
I want to say it's after Bad Company 2, but pretty solid game. So I agree with Lewis. That's a good one. Sean, what do you think?
I don't know. I kind of agree with that statement. Like all the companies, like it said, Battlefield and Call of Duty are all going more and more into the future and like the unknown and whatnot, and just making these. Well, not Battlefield as much, like unrealistic games in Call of Duty. They just all need to take that one step back and like revisit history a little bit.
Nice.
I don't know.
So
I don't know any other game series.
You're looking for another World War II game, basically.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because they're very extinct nowadays. You have all the old ones, and there's not a lot of new ones coming out.
Right.
I keep getting recommended Call of Duty 2 on my game feeds. It's like you like World War II games. I'm like, yeah, I do, but not World War II games that came out with the Xbox 360. They're a bit old.
Yeah.
All right.
How about what? Sorry.
Lewis.
Go ahead, Frank.
Frankie, what do you think? Give us some variety.
So I've been thinking long and hard on this, and I just came to the conclusion that most of the games that I would want to see come back, they're already coming back in heaps. It's like Tomb Raider over there, Thief over there. I don't want those titles just dilly-dally all the time. I want good games. I don't want my earlier memories just be flaunted by the niche of there's a market for it now. But to give a proper answer to that very specific question that you asked, I want Warcraft 4, man. I want a Warcraft game again. I want to have the RTS Warcraft, and that is never going to happen as long as World of Warcraft is a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sad about that.
Why do you think that would ever happen? Because
no one wants it.
As long as World of Warcraft is a thing, Warcraft 4 will most, like 80% at least, not happen. Because the story is developing within World of Warcraft.
Right, okay. So the stories from the RTSs are like just Warcraft or linked into World of Warcraft?
So Warcraft picked up where Warcraft 3 left off.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah. Okay, Nick. Other than Brothers in Arms.
Other than a World War II game, which I'm sure is probably going to be your choice too. Shit, because I was going to say Bad Company 3 and have it be a World War II game, but Lewis beat me that, and Sean hopped on that.
It can't be a World War II game.
You probably will.
Bad Company 3 can't be a World War II game.
No, it really can't.
I think it.
Story-wise, it can't be.
Yeah, story-wise, it can't be. But fucking story. Fine. I'm not doing a World War II game. I'm gonna do Total War Empire 2 because
that was
like one of the best games I played of the Total War series. It was awesome. It's old as hell now. It really needs some TLC, and they should go back and they should fix it up. Because I know they want to do it with Medieval 3. So that would be the next one in the series. Here's hoping.
All right, so since we can't choose World War II,
can't choose it.
And actually, I don't think I would choose that.
Beat the death.
So I think I've said this in past. There's like 5 games I would choose. There's like 5 series. I want a new Command & Conquer. That's good. I want a new Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth. That's good. I want a new. Those are both RTSs. I want a second Star Wars Republic Commandos, which basically was a game that followed it was like a tactical squad game similar to Brothers in Arms. Pretty much it was Brothers in Arms Star Wars version. But it was following like a squad of commando troopers. So that was pretty fun during the Clone Wars. And it left off right at Order 66 from like the Star Wars movies where the clones, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Star Wars, spoiler alert, where the clones go in and kill all the Jedi. That's like the Order. Order 66.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Frankie B can't do it.
Frankie's never watched that video. He's never gotten that far into that video, so he's told us that before. Spoiler alert, they kill the Jedis. So that's like the Order. So they left off there. So I kind of want to see what obviously we know what happens after that, but I want to see more into that. Because it's like the transition from good to bad, and it's like a terrific game. So I guess that's the real one. Obviously, Brothers in Arms, and that there's more. But those are the main 3.
I have something
4.
to add to this.
Okay.
What if Battlefield went back to Civil War? Would anyone play it?
No.
No.
You don't think so?
What are they gonna have for tanks? Like horses with armor on it? Like the light tanks are just horses with no armor?
Why not?
Look, they made Hardline. They're gonna find a way.
They might.
They gotta.
We don't need tanks anymore. We just have cars and we put people in them. Shoot at things.
They don't. It's true. But I don't know. I would want a Civil War game. I think it'd be cool. Yeah.
Just not a History Channel one.
I would never play. Yeah, not a History Channel one. Oh. Never pay $60 for it. I definitely think you could do it with a Red Orchestra style game. Red Orchestra 2, because that's like the most realistic World War II game they have now. And they're making a Vietnam one. That was announced at E3. Good shit. But I think they could definitely do it in that style. But I will never see a Battlefield style. Everyone's like Battlefield's realistic, and I said that many times. But it's more realistic than COD. But there's significantly more realistic games than Battlefield. So I don't think Battlefield series Civil War is the correct way to go with Civil War.
All right.
There's my argument for it.
Lewis is sad now.
Lewis
he
is
really
sad.
wanted those muskets.
Sad face, fat guy.
I wanted to fight for the Confederate flag.
I would go World War I before I go Civil War.
Oh
anyway.
no, well I don't know. They'll ban it. They'll ban it.
They'll ban it
No,
anyway.
they'll ban
right?
it. So,
They'll ban it. They'll ban it even if it's historical.
Yeah. Okay.
Which,
So, I think everyone's answered that question. So I think we're all set with that topic. Anyone want to add anything before we move on to viewer topics?
Nope.
All right. On to viewer topics. So this is the part of the show where you guys in the comments get to ask us questions, give us discussion pitches. So feel free to throw them out there. Give us as many as you want. You don't have to limit yourself to one. We'll be here for the next little bit answering them, and we'll answer them. Keep them clean. Keep them not sexist, racist, or feminist, or whatever bullshit like that. So keep them clean. Ask us some questions, and while you guys queue some questions up in the comments, we're going to play a quick little game review that Frankie made for us. It's reviewing some Medal of Honor, or not Medal of, holy fuck. Metal Gear Solid. Oh my god, this is group facepalm time. Okay. So this is Metal Gear Solid review, so I'll let Frankie take it away with his review here, and we'll get back to you in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds with your viewer topics. That's totally not the right video.
Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes is the prequel to the next proper game in the Metal Gear Solid franchise called The Phantom Pain. Unfortunately, it is nothing more than a tech demo. This time we are back in the shoes of Big Boss, and he is sorry for keeping you waiting.
Kept you waiting, huh?
You get on a mission to save 2 children that are important to you for some reason. And you get them back to the chopper while trying to avoid enemy guards, and the main story is over. But wait, there's more! Completing the story unlocks hard mode, where you do the same thing again, but with more resistance. You also unlock a row of new missions, which is all fine and dandy, but they all play out on the same map, now with new objectives. Kill some people, interrogate some people, destroy some things, retrieve some things, you get the idea. Oh, and Hideo Kojima himself is in the game.
What took you so long?
Oh, sorry, did I spoil it? Well, good. At the game's release, it was sold for $40, ripping off every single Metal Gear Solid fan on the planet. Now, with its roughly $20 price tag, it is still not worth your money. This demo for sale came from the mastermind Hideo Kojima himself, who released a demo for Silent Hills called PT the very same year. But as we have seen, if you don't charge full price for demos, you get into trouble with all the people you work with, your game gets cancelled, and your name is stricken from all the records. The alarm phase is excellent, and it really gets the blood pumping. Snake's moveset feels responsive and overall slick. How you interact with the guards to trick them and play around with their sorry excuse for life is great. And being the one-man army that he is, Snake shoots as straight as a Republican protesting against gay marriage. If you are that much of a hardcore fan that you just have to get this game to fill out your Metal Gear Solid collection, or you think it's worth getting so you can play it to get some backstory before the Phantom Pain, the game only demonstrates why Snake would be in the hospital, as seen from the Phantom Pain's trailer. Just think about how your money spent influences the industry standard to believe that this is a good business practice. Save your money. Wait for the Phantom Pain. Do not buy this game. My name has been Hank Shaw, and thank you very much for watching. Until next time.
Okay. Thank you, Frankie, for that wonderful review of Metal Gear Solid. So, as far as I'm aware, that's like a pre-game to the new game that's coming out, correct?
Yep, you saw the review. It is a tech demo.
That's what I thought. I just had to make sure before I said something stupid. There's a cat. Where'd the cat go? Where'd the cat go?
It's gone now.
Okay, so if you want to check out more reviews and videos by Frankie, make sure to check him out on YouTube at Hank Shaw Gaming. You just search that. Hank Shaw.
That's my Twitter.
That's his Twitter. All right. So we got some questions here. Not as many as last week, but we got some questions.
I'm sure they'll come in.
Yeah. So where do we go?
How about Sean? Sean, you're the master of questions, right? You know how to find them all.
Sean's the master of questions. Bring him on, Sean. I'm prepared.
There are no questions.
Here's one from my boy Fours_Fallen. What's y'all opinions on Minions?
Oh, okay. There's only that one. I think it's gonna be a funny movie. Can't wait.
I really, yeah.
It's already out.
I think the kid, my nephew's already watched that movie. Unless it didn't come out over here.
No, it's out.
I don't know.
Well, it's out. It was at the movie.
My little brother loves it. He loves all the Minion and stuff and shit and things, and
They're awesome.
they annoy me.
They annoy
more
you?
than anything else.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm dead on the inside. I hate them all.
I don't think I could handle like a 2-hour movie or something with them. The movie was like on the movie theater we go to. There was like it tells you how much time the movie is. And it was like 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I don't know if I could handle 1 hour and 45 minutes of it. But like that 2-minute trailer that I saw at the movie theater, like seeing when I saw Jurassic World, I laughed. So. I thought it was funny. I don't know. There was some good stuff, and like it's just like stupid humor that. I like stupid humor, so I don't know. It was good. Whether the movie will actually be good is a different story.
Speaking of movies that he's gone saw, Frankie, you're gonna be amazed. He might have even told you he saw Pulp Fiction.
I did see Pulp Fiction.
You did.
I watched Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
Oh my god!
It was
finally.
I finally got around to watching it.
Let's get the big claps because he has
Holy shit!
It only took him 21 years.
It was
the big clap.
terrific.
So now, do you understand this reference?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I got that reference now. I can't believe you have one.
Of course I do.
Yeah. No.
Why?
Since there's not that many questions in the audience there, what movie would you torture yourself viewing? Barney or Teletubbies?
Which one would you rather watch?
Which one would you rather watch? There are movies,
Barney.
I believe. Barney,
Bro.
I love you. No, I couldn't handle
You
it.
love me. We're all a big happy family.
After a while of
With a big,
Teletubbies,
oh.
you think it's like an acid-fueled like torture session or some shit like that. That's all I can imagine. I remember watching that early in the morning. Like, we got like no sleep because we went over to my friend's house. Watching it at like 7 in the morning, and we're just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Was this at Loopy's?
No, it was at Matt's. The Peas, Matt Peas.
We definitely watched like 20 seconds of Teletubbies at Loopy's once.
Okay.
Fallen said he would watch both. Fallen said, "Hey,
All right,
damn,
give it to him."
And you also had a question of why are mobile games always pay to win? Because that's how life is.
South Park made a very good episode about that.
And mobile games and pay to win.
Did they?
Yeah. They made an episode where Canada tried to take over the Canadian Devil tried to take over Canada. And his way of doing this was to make the Terrence and Phillip game. And it was just, the basic, you click on everything, you collect your Canada coins and stuff. And Terrence and Phillip and all, they're like, this game is shit. And they're like, they have seen through the charade. Okay, we will now tell you why the game is shit. And they put down all these big ass charts. It's like, you see, a game has to be as shit as not to be entirely entertaining. If it is shit, then people will pay to make it less shit. And they put up all, it made too much sense. It hit the heart.
That makes sense. If you're too pissed at the game for being stupid, you buy stuff in it.
Go watch South Park, man. They will explain it all.
Right,
it was so good. Yeah, telling the truth.
Yeah. All right.
Ain't giving a damn.
So if that wraps up viewer questions, I think that's pretty much all we got this week.
Yeah.
Usually a little bit more, but hey,
it's a
Step it up, guys.
step it up. God, I want to answer questions. All right. So I want to thank everyone for coming out and watching the CowCast this week. We do this every Monday from 8 p.m. to approximately 9:30 p.m. Right, we're right on schedule tonight. And so thank you, my co-host, for joining us. Make sure to check out Nick, Lewis, Sean, Frankie on the Twitters, the Twitches, the Instagrams, the YouTubes, and all that good jazz. Check me out, too. I want some love.
you feel so left out."
We'll hopefully see you guys next week at 8 p.m. Sean, you want to list off some shout out some followers that we got tonight?
Hell yeah, we got Silence Nugget, Sauceboy3321, and 4Z Fallen. Welcome to the Bro Vines and joining the herd tonight. I do appreciate it, so we'll give shout outs and salutes to each one of you, 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, so thanks for hitting that follow button. Thanks for the regulars. My boy Noob Slayer in the chat just saw him.
All the links are right there.
Oh, yeah. Perfect stuff. Thank you for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to leave some comments in the chat on what topics you might want us to see next week, and we can discuss those next week. And we will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful evening.
May the power of the cheesecake donut be with you.